to lecture India on the issue of democracy and human rights. Kurt Campbell, the US National Security Council's coordinator for Indo-Pacific affairs, said every society, including US and India, has challenges and its own problems.
It's a secret that India is one of the most sought-after players on the global stage. You see a number of countries seeking to build deeper, more consequential relationships in trade, in technology, and people-to-people with India. And I'm just happy to say that the United States has taken its own step to develop much further the relationship between the two sides. I've been involved in U.S.-India relations for almost 30 years, and I can tell you, in the period leading up to the arrival of Prime Minister Modi here in Washington, D.C., the level of trust and confidence between the U.S. and Indian interlocutors was just notably different.
Well, let's talk about that with Rishabh joining us here on the broadcast. Good morning, Rishabh. Here is the world's oldest democracy saying that the world's largest democracy cannot be lectured, and especially has been saying that India is one of the most sought-after countries, especially when it comes to elevating the level of friendship with the United States of America. Rishabh.
Well, definitely. If you see the way India-US relationship has furthered in last 1 decade or so, and the way India and US have discussed issues with each other. So when there were questions on the human rights violations and other issues in India, US came forward and said that, world's oldest democracy, world's largest democracy cannot be lectured in a way. Also, we have seen the various officials of the United States coming forward and saying that no country can be, perfect. There are issues.
Country can be, perfect. There are issues with every society, every country. But the way India has tackled its issues is remarkable, and especially after Prime Minister's visit in last 1 week, we have seen various comments coming in from the United States, and the way both the countries have discussed issues or taken the relationship further showcases that how India and US are coming together not only as strategic partner but partner at large on various issues where both the countries look standing together with each other.
How the perception has changed. Before the Prime Minister's visit, questions were raised on health of democracy in India. Back then, Mr. Kirby said, India is a vibrant democracy. Anybody who happens to the national capital of India can see it. Now, Mr. Campbell saying, when it comes to democracy and issues of human rights, we have our own challenges. And in fact, the United States is also not perfect.
Definitely, if you see, any country cannot be perfect. There are issues with every country, the way, the country functions. There were people who were lecturing India on human rights violations, on the way minorities are being treated in India, to which US officials have come out, the White House has come out and said that the way India is tackling its issue is remarkable in a country with so much of diversity. A country staying together is something that is remarkable in itself. And, one cannot be lecturing India on the health of democracy. It is India which has held the diverse culture, the diverse traditions together and have moved forward, furthering into a developed country soon. So this showcases that now US also understand that what are the challenges that India face and the way India is tackling it.
Right, but Rishabh, weren't there, leaders within the United States who wanted to raise such issues, especially with Prime Minister Narendra Modi being there in his 3-day visit to the United States of America? That did not happen. In fact, on the contrary, the pictures that came in while he was addressing the US Congress were how they were applauding him, how they were praising Prime Minister Narendra Modi, and of course, the democracy in the country.
Definitely, there were a group of senators or the congressmen who wanted various issues to be raised with Prime Minister Narendra Modi when he was visiting as a state guest to White House in Washington, D.C. last week. But the way, the rousing welcome that Prime Minister got from the White House, or the reception that he got by the congressmen, regardless of their party affiliation, they were Republicans, they were Democrats.